Hi everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. Today I'll be doing my tips of round 4 of the 2023 Betfred Super League season. Last week I got 3 out of 6 correct, however in 2 of those games it were decided pretty much in the last 5 minutes or the final seconds of the match, so I could have potentially had 5 out of 6 last week. But let's start off with the first match, which is happening on Thursday night. And this match sees Wigan up against Catalan. This one's being played at the DW Stadium, live on Sky Sports, and it's 8 o'clock kickoff. For Wigan, they've won 3 of their last 5 matches against Catalan Dragons, and one stat that I found that's not very good if you're a Catalan supporter is they've played 23 matches at DW Stadium and they've only won 2 of them, and their last victory at the DW were back in 2011. Wigan are 2 from 3 to start the year, and Catalan, they're 3 and 3 to start the year. They're undefeated so far, and I tipped against them last week when they played against Hull FC. I thought they had a couple of players out, either in doubt or they were ruled out of the game against FC, and even still they managed to put on a very good performance. But at home, I'm going to go for Wigan to win this match 1-12. They've got a very good record at home over Catalan, so I go for Wigan. And the first of the Friday matches sees Leigh against St Helens. This one's being played at the Leigh Sports Village and it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. Leigh earned their first win back in the Super League last week, defeating Hull Kingston Rovers, and St Helens lost a very controversial match against Leeds, 25 points to 24. The last time that Leigh beat St Helens were back in 2017, and before that you have to go all the way back to 1994, although I should point out that Leigh haven't always played in the Super League or the top division. St Helens are also going to be without some players due to suspensions. Matautia is going to be ruled out. Sirinen and Hurrell are all going to be suspended for what happened during the Leeds match. For Leigh, I don't know if they've got any players out or any injuries at the moment, but I imagine that they'll probably be lining up 1-17 like they did against Hull Kingston Rovers. I also imagine for Saints that James Roby will be back for this match, and I imagine that probably Will Hopewadi will be back as well. For this game, I'm going to go for St Helens to win 1-12. I think that Leigh will throw a lot at the Saints, but St Helens will bounce back after the disappointment of last week against Leeds. The second match on the Friday sees Hull Kingston Rovers against Warrington. This one's being played at Craven Park. Hull Kingston Rovers have won their last 3 fixtures against the Wire. The last time that the Wire beat Hull Kingston Rovers were back in 2019. For Hull Kingston Rovers, I read that Kane Lynette is going to be ruled out of this match, and also Sean Kenny-Dowell is facing a 5-game ban, potentially, for some of the actions that he did during the Leigh match. For Warrington, I haven't read too many injury concerns from their camp. I think that they'll probably line up 1-17 like they did against Salford last week. For this match, I'm going to go for Warrington to win this game 1-12. I think that they can start the year 4 wins out of 4. And they've been playing well to start the season, so why not? I'm going to go for Warrington to win yet another game on the road, so Warrington to win 1-12 on the Friday. The third match on the Friday is between Leeds and Wakefield Trinity. This one's being played at Headingley Stadium. Leeds, of course, won 25 points to 24 against Saints last Friday in a highly controversial match, and Wakey once again were held scoreless in a dour affair against Huddersfield at Bellevue. Some big injury blows for both sides though. I did read that Cruz Lehman is going to be out for an extended period with another injury, and for Wakefield Trinity, Murphy, the winger who I think a lot of people have predicted is going to have a good career, and he started his career in good form, he's been ruled out for the season with an ACL. So massive blow for Wakey, especially when they've gone the last 2 games scoreless, and it hasn't been a good start of the year for them. I think it will continue against Leeds. I think Leeds are going to rack up a score against Wakefield Trinity. I'm going to go for Leeds to win 13+ on the Friday. And the main match on the Friday, the Sky game, is between Huddersfield and Castleford. This one's being played at the John Smith Stadium. For Huddersfield, it's been an underwhelming start of the year. They were beaten by the Wire in round 2, and then round 3 they played out a very poor game against Wakefield Trinity, only winning 8-0. And as for Castleford, it hasn't been a very good start of the year for them. They're yet to win a game yet. They were held scoreless last week against Wigan at home. and now they've had Lee Radford, their manager. He was sacked after 3 games in charge at the start of this season, and Andy Last has come in as the interim head coach at the moment. On top of that, you had the Joe Westerman thing, so it hasn't been a good start of the year for Castleford. From what I read as well, Castleford are going to be without Niall Evalds for an extended period. Paul McShane, I think he might not play in this match. Also, Beretta Faraimo, he's been ruled out, so there's a few injury concerns for Castleford on top of everything else. I'm going to go for Huddersfield to win this match. I think they're going to bounce back in a big way. I mean, they've been underwhelming the first 2 rounds, but I'm going to go for Huddersfield to win 1-12 on the Friday. And the final game to close out round 4 is on Saturday. This one is between Hull FC and Salford. It's being played at the MKM Stadium, and it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. For Hull FC, I did read that Tex Hoy is 50-50 for this match. However, Tony Smith said that he's hoping that he'll be fit and ready to play on the Saturday. With Salford, I read that Joe Burgess is out for an extended period, and Ollie Parton is also out for an extended period, so not good news for Salford. I tipped Hull FC last week to beat Catalan over in Perpignan, and they let me down in a big way. I thought that with some of the players that Catalan had out, that this were a big chance for Hull FC to win, and they put in a very poor performance over there. And last week with Salford, I tipped against them. I thought that Warrington would win, and they did win. However, Salford started the match well and led at half-time. For this game, this is a real flip of the coin, very hard to pick, but I'll go for the home side. I'll go for Hull FC to win 1-12 on the Saturday. But as I said, it's a flip of the coin. Wouldn't be surprised if Salford run away with the victory on the Saturday there in Hull. So those are my tips for round 4 of the 2023 Betfred Super League season. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know who you're tipping this week in the Super League. The next video I'll be doing is the View from the North podcast with Dave from Just Rugby League. We'll be back for another episode, hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, this is Rugby League History. I'll catch us all later in the next one. Alright, tatty bye for now.